Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to our game as Canada. We're about to get our very first Mountie and start plopping down these very, very juicy national parks. We also have a governor title, and I'm not actually sure what I want to do with it. I'm kind of tempted to go for the Reina here, because that extra gold is going to be very nice, especially if I were to plonk her down in a city like St. John, or perhaps even Victoria. I think she's actually already in Victoria, so I think I'm just going to leave her here and let her live free, free off the fat of the land or whatever, because she seems very happy down there. She's generating a lot of gold for me off of these tiles, and that will only go up as the city continues to grow and as I get more national parks in here. In fact, let me go ahead and start swapping these tiles in preparation for these national parks. Now actually Halifax could be just as valid as place to put Reina, because Halifax actually has 3 national park potentials. No, it's only 2. Is it 2? It's 2, yeah. Whereas Victoria has 2 as well. Victoria has 3, so I think it's better to have her in Victoria, yeah. I think I have most of my hockey rings down, and my science per turn is very nice. I think it really is just all about getting those forests down. That's why I've been just continuously purchasing builders in Montreal for faith. Even though more settlers would be good, I would be delaying my victory because now is the moment where I need to use those builder charges to power. And I also need, surprisingly enough, this may come as a bit of a shock, I actually need archaeologists because I have a ton of these antiquity sites inside my territory, which by the way I super was not expecting to have a ton of antiquity sites inside my territory. I was expecting those to be scattered around the world. I guess I just got lucky or something. I don't know why I have so many. Let's talk to Russia and get open borders with him because I would like to explore the world some more. I think I'll even sell him some foxes, and it looks like he's actually missing a ton of strategics, so we'll sell those to him too. I can't remember if I crashed at the end of the last episode. Now let's see how. Oh, you're actually broke AF. So this is like super unnecessary. I guess I'll take a bunch of your strategic niter because I have no niter. So I guess having some is nice. All right, I'll take all your niter. I guess I can take back the coal and maybe the horses. We'll equalize this. And yeah, cool. All right, relationship with Russia established. And now we can pop into his territory. More and more Renaissance walls are finishing, which means my Diplo favor per turn is starting to just jump up. Feels really, really nice. I'm up to 30 Diplo favor per turn. And I also just got my Mountie. So potential golden age here, especially if I start creating national parks. That's going to be huge for era score. So I may just crack down like another national park and then wait until this era ticks over so I can guarantee a golden age in the next era super easily. But yeah, I think I just start spamming Mounties. I mean, they're 4 turns, there's so much tourism, era score, everything I could ever want from a thing. Actually, this city needs attention, and I think it needs attention from a builder, so I'm gonna make sure this builder heads over toward Peterborough. So we can clean that up because it's struggling. It's a little struggle right now in that city. So I do need to start thinking about neighborhoods like I talked about in the last episode. We're kind of getting to that time where our tourism, it's gonna start going insane. It's gonna start just going off the chain. I accidentally rhymed there, and you know what? I'm proud of it. Sure, I'll be friends with Egypt. I probably want to renew my alliance with Egypt, actually. I could go for a scientific alliance, although the economic alliance is nice, but curiosity. Menelik isn't really suzerain of anything, so I may just come in here and get like a research alliance with him and see if he'll pay me a little bit of gold. I think that's just a better move. Michelangelo is on his world tour, and now Donatello is hot on his heels to do the exact same thing. The goal here is to put one of each great work from each great artist inside all of the memes. That's right, the memes. You hang out here. Ooh, this isn't how I want this park to go. So if you're ever in a situation like this, right, I want my park to go here, but the city is trying to place it over here. Now, what I'm going to do is come in here and swap a tile from another city, which will force this park to go down slightly. Then I come in here and make sure I own all the tiles. And now it'll go here. I wonder actually, will it jump back up if I take that tile back? Was it just, I was just lacking a tile. I'm not going to build this yet though, because I want to wait until we're in the industrial era so I can start just cranking. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's Patala Palace. I thought that was Cristo Redentor. They kind of have a similar base. So I was worried. Oh look, we found the California nub. This is like California, and then this is the Baja, California. I call it the California nub, even though I think it's technically in Mexico. It's like the Mexican version of California, which is honestly probably better. They probably got better food, which is like objectively the correct way to measure how good a place is. It's like if you go to someone's house and all they got is like old pasta, like ooh. But you go to their house and they got like fresh pasta and cilantro and little tubes of garlic paste. And he's like, this is a house. This is a house I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way. All right, I can get a line infantry here and hopefully clear this out, prevent any shenanigans. The barb camp. I like that I'm able to maintain my army just by using my gold in those barb camps. It's something that really appeals to me. Now, I think the objectively correct move here is to maybe go for an entertainment complex, like right there. Yes, because that will boost this, potentially generate its own tourism, and then that leaves me with a good adjacency tile here for another district, like if I wanted to go for a theater square. That's actually a really good theater square right there. So that's kind of filled this city out a little bit. And then I think I go for the factory in St. John, because that'll spread production around my empire. Speaking of which, I'm curious. I don't have any power yet, so I think coal power plant's going to be in my priority list fairly soon. Now, I'm going to promote Reina again, because I want tax collector. Shaboosh. So she now in Victoria, she is cranking out the gold here. 41 gold per turn from that city alone. Public works. I think I still need to have public works in because I'm buying builders. I can start looking into some potential replacements for invention. I think invention is good here. Great engineers can be a good source of tourism. Now, there is also a particular great scientist that I want, so I should probably start cranking. Although Mary Leakey, I think, is who it is. She only comes in the modern era. Not Mary, Mary. Oh my god, I cannot spell Mary. Yeah, she is an atomic era great scientist, and she gives you 300% tourism from your great works of artifact memes. And we are currently in the Renaissance, and scientific-wise, we are getting modern era. Oh, we're getting close actually. I may need to start pumping. I may need to starting to pump up the jam. Because if Mary Leakey rolls around and I'm not ready for her, well, it could be bad news bears. Oh shoot, I put a second great work in that city, which means I won't be able to move it for a while. Now the cool thing is, if you click this theming button, it will actually kind of show you which great works came from the same great artist. And oh yeah, I get to show you here. So you can see this first great work from Michelangelo in Charlottetown is worth 3 culture and 2 tourism. But the second one, because there's already a great work of art from Michelangelo here, it's only worth 1 and 1. So always spread your great works of art around. Even if it's not theming, you still end up slightly ahead. We got a lot of boys. I could go for Mogadishu. I got good control of Kumasi and Antananarivo. I really wish I was suzerain of Geneva. Fez I'll never get, plus I don't have a religion. Gilgamesh is interesting. I do have a few coastal districts, but I don't think that's like, or not Gilgamesh, sorry, Nan Madol. I don't think that's necessary for me. I may just pick up Fez. It's tough. This is tough. Valletta is actually sick though. So I'm going to put 2 points into Valletta. Probably should have focused on Valletta earlier. All right, coal power plant. Yas. Ooh, got a pretty bad drought over here, which I do not like. Let's get our very first musician. Very nice. Got ourselves a music boy. The next music boy is an industrially boy, so it'll be a while before someone gets him. Don't have anywhere to put this great work of music yet though. We got ourselves another Moonty, because he rides. You know what? I want a mod. I want these Mounties on Moose. Okay? I don't care. Make it happen. Modders of the Civ community, unite together to make my dream a reality. I want Canadian Mounties on Meese. That's right. I'm rewriting the plural. It's Meese now. Okay, cool. In Montreal, we buy ourselves a builder. We got the entertainment complex, and we definitely want to start building that up, although Granary first appeals to me because the city's at its housing cap, mainly because these things got pillaged, but we should do a little bit of a restoration. Donatello, he makes his great works. Okay, you got your Renaissance walls in here. Now, your production is pretty bad. You'll need a builder. Yeah. I'll need a builder in here or something. I could just buy those, so I guess we'll grab the monument and the watermill and let the city build. Ooh, do I want another district? Which one of these cities is getting this? Halifax is going to be very busy building up its preserve, so I think this is the city I get the entertainment complex in. Make sure we place it on the right tile. We'll spend a bit of time making the city more productive. We've got room for at least, a couple of lumber mills in here, I think, so we'll get a builder sent up there pretty soon. In fact, I'll pre-send this builder over. All right, Quebec City got its Renaissance walls. Still got some stuff to build. I do feel like I want a national park here, which probably involves me like getting a builder. Although the city can work on traders for me. Nah. The city needs to grow, baby. This is my Petra city. I want as many pops as possible so I can work as many of these tiles as possible. Let's also make sure we nab that hill. Still got one dude that we haven't met, and I imagine he's somewhere in South America. He's gotta be. We met Scotland. Who is the tourism guy that I'm struggling to beat right now? I don't know. This guy right here. There's two people I haven't met, I think. And one of them is just pumping tourism right now. Oh, we're about to finish a grove in here. That's exciting. Watch these tiles just explode in their yields. So I think I'm going to go through and start placing down my neighborhoods. We'll be able to take advantage of public transport too. +1 of each yield and +1, like +3 food, +2 production. So we can get +4 food, +2 production, and +1 gold. That seems pretty good in all these cities, plus a bunch of housing and access to the shopping mall later in the game, which gives me a ton of amenities as well as +4 base tourism. It is just straight up a good way, a good vibe. Okay, so we need to start looking for reasonable places to put our neighborhoods, ideally on breathtaking tiles that I'm not currently using for anything important. This city probably doesn't need this much surplus food. I think we got enough surplus food in here. I should actually prioritize science because I do want to work those. Science and culture, work those science and culture things. Although, production is good, so maybe I'll tell them to just prioritize this. Yeah, so neighborhood in my capital. I could snag this tile, which makes this national park slightly worse. Like, admittedly, it gives me a tile to put my neighborhood on that doesn't screw anything over and potentially opens up extra adjacency over here. So let's do it. And I'm pretty much going to do that same logic for every city in my empire. I'm just going to look for somewhere that a neighborhood could go. Now that we do have urbanization, I think it's good to pick up Cristo Redentor here. Although I'm not really in a coastal tourism game. So yeah, I think we could just pick this up. We could stop for cultural heritage to get the heritage tourism card. I don't think we need to do that yet. I think we can delay that and just go head towards ideology and capitalism and stuff. So I don't really care about Mimar Sinan, but I do want to kind of clear them out so that we can start picking up some of these later great engineers. So I think I've gone through every city now and planned out neighborhoods with the exception of here. And I may just accept that there's not a national park here anymore, and I'll throw down the neighborhood in both of these cities. And I think that is all the neighborhoods. Those neighborhoods won't matter for now, but the nice thing is we have them placed down, and as we start building them, we'll have it. It'll open up another card for us to plug in. It'll allow us to continue to grow our empire quite tall, and it'll just generally do a bunch of really good stuff for us. Just getting my watermills up. They're not like super amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but you know what? Watermills, man, they could be useful. All right, we'll use Mimar Sinan again, and that will give me his bonus twice, although it doesn't really matter because once you have culture bombs, you can't double culture bomb. It's not like double rainbows, dude. It just does not work that way. Finally, we found him. It is Pedro. Pedro, how dare you be the guy that's making my life hard? Can I have all your great works, sir? He's got a ton of great works. Hang on a second. Do I have room for all these? I have room for 2 great works of writing. Hey, you know what? That's good enough for me. Pedro, give me 2 of your great works. Oh, that's expensive. I guess I could make this cheaper by trading him some stuff. Looks like he'll take a little bit of coal and this and give me a bunch of this. So I'll take those great works off him. Now, taking great works off Pedro is going to be a big, important part of my ongoing strategy because he's the guy. He is the #1, public enemy #1. Because Pedro is the guy who has the most culture in this game, which means I need to bring his culture down and get my tourism up so that the relative culture and tourism of our empires, like the difference between them, is closer together, which means I'll get more tourism against. Oh, please God, don't crash on this turn. No. I just spent so much time doing my neighborhoods. Please God, don't crash on this turn. Okay, thankfully I managed to save it. I managed to save all my neighborhoods and stuff. Doesn't change the fact that I have to meet Pedro again though, which I don't love. Boom, scientific theories available. I don't think we're gonna go for Oxford. I think I'm just gonna get some extra food in Peterborough by buying those basics. Get some XP on you, kill this, perfect. I'm starting to finish up a lot of these Renaissance walls, which probably means it's about time that we plugged in military research to be able to get that extra 2 science per Renaissance wall as well. Got our very last builder purchase with Faith in Montreal, and I'll probably need to start using my gold to farm out builders here. I may as well take suzerainty of Zanzibar because it is worth a ton of luxuries. It's like 12 total amenities from that one Suzerainty. Here comes the industrial era, baby. Now we have ourselves a golden age. And I like the idea of getting reform the coinage. I don't need Heartbeat of Steam. This doesn't do anything for me. Unless I were to go to try to like settle down here in Oceania. Or maybe even try to settle America. But yeah, I don't know about that one. I think I'm good on cities, to be honest. So really the only one that makes sense here is 2 arms if I want to go to war with someone. Or reform the coinage for gold. And I think I just take the extra gold here and take the L on the fact that it's not an amazing choice. But now we've hit the critical moment where we can start just spamming national parks. And start cleaning up some of these pins. And grab ourselves... I'm actually really curious. All right, what if I designate a national park, right? And then I combine these units together. Do they get 3 charges? No, they only get 2. Okay, so lesson learned. Don't combine your mounties together. They don't preserve the charges properly. They can have a maximum of 2. Probably should test a 1-and-1 configuration as well. Welcome to Canada. Our tourism is booming. We're up to 200 tourism per turn. I finally earned some what you call them? Some tourists. I got them. We're there. We're making it. It's happening. We're making progress. Probably going to need to be making a couple thousand tourism per turn to really make progress. Now, let's grab our ideology next, because it's going to give us access to another spy, and it's also going to mean that we can move towards democracy. And democracy is great in a tourism game because it gives you a ton of economic policy cards, and it also encourages you to get alliances. And it makes your gold purchasing cheaper, so that lines up pretty nicely with what our goals are here. Nice, we got our very first city to 20 population, and it was our capital. This Temple of Artemis, or whatever it's called, has been doing work, right? It has been cranking out population for me. And I could finally, I'm starting to clean up now some of the last pins that I have. Remember we did all that planning way back in episode 1 and 2? Yeah, it's starting to be time to clean all that up. We've got a few little bits left to do, but we're almost there. And this is the phase of the game that's super satisfying for me, is when you've kind of made all your progress and you start cleaning stuff up, you start wiping stuff off the map, you start making your progress. Now we're about to head towards democracy, so I think it's about time we got our tier 2 government plaza building. I really should get my coal power plant as well, but I think it super makes sense now to make a call on this. Intelligence agency is incredible. Yeah, I feel like intelligence agency is just so good. It gives me the ability to peacefully attack other players. Ooh, that's a lot of bad dudes. I might need to retreat. In fact, I think retreat is a distinct possibility from this fight over here until I can maybe buy another line infantry. Maybe even upgrade this archer and send it out into the void. Okay, that is just a lot. It's a lot right now. Let's get this archer up. Crossbow will help. Now we got ourselves an Ethiopian city flip here, which is fantastic. Let's kind of just scooch these builders away from the border so they're not under threat though. So we'll probably get a city for free, which is nice because this does have coal and a little bit of other stuff going on in here, especially access to a new luxury. Literally the second luxury I've had access to this entire game. And we have a great merchant. This guy's not too bad. Hell yeah, I'll take him. Seems good. All right, John Spilsbury isn't terrible. I'll take that great writer as well. I don't think I have anywhere to put those great works of writing, except maybe in Charlottetown. Oh, actually, yeah, I got room in Charlottetown. Feels good. So we'll be able to fill that up. But we are definitely needing more theater squares, purely just so we can store all these great works we're cranking out. 2 extra envoys is pretty damn good. Could nab back Geneva. Let's see, who else? I think I said Valletta would be pretty good here because I could faith purchase things. I don't have a huge amount of use for faith here in the late game. If I can hold on to them, it's actually pretty good. All right, this is like a zombie wave approaching me here, man. Jesus H. Christ. Buy another line infantry, put it up to the front. First artifact, I think there it is. We got a mummy. That's from me. A lot of my artifacts are going to be from me, my civilization, which kind of sucks in some ways. Okay, Maya wants to sell me their great work for my luxury. Yeah, you know what? I'll take your great work. It does mean that I now actually need room before I can get another one. But hey, Korea is close to death. Not good. Want as many civs alive as possible, but the map is too big to play World Police, so I may have to accept that some civilizations just go extinct. Ooh, I was ravaged by a natural disaster. Now this could be incredible if I could get a past, if everyone joins in on it. Everyone kind of likes me, so I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm just going to faith purchase the Renaissance Walls in Vancouver. Why don't you eat that guy? They'll make you slightly weaker in terms of health, but you'll be stronger in terms of body. I'm also going to buy this amphitheater because I'm running out of room for great works of writing, which is a good sign. You always want to be on the edge of having enough room for your great works. That means you're not overbuilding, it means you're not underbuilding. Brazil wants to send me another great work. I'll take it. If I can get as many, I'll take them, dude. That's 2 tourism per turn. That's a pretty big deal. Roughly, I think the math's on a great work of writing. Oh man, a bunch of us got hit by aid requests here. I'm gonna vote mine up for sure. That is so many diplomatic victory points available here. Holy crap! You could, if you do this, if you play this right, and you're not one of these civs, you could get 8 diplomatic victory points here from like within the next 30 turns. It's kind of insane. A few people voted my one down, but that's fine. There's a bunch of aid requests going. We got ourselves a list at the intelligence agency, so now we can start looking for more commercial hubs to steal on. Finally we can trade with Byzantium. Very nice. We're in range to trade with Trebizond because we got, I think it was a range buff from Tatabanya. We want to be trading as far out as possible. I'd like to be able to get a trade route with the Incas as well. These are all sort of long-term plans we're working towards. Things are looking pretty bad for me over here. This is just a lot. Just a lot of stuff to fight, and having to be in range of 2 field cannons next turn does not sit pretty with me. I'm at a bit of a crossroad with Hamilton here. Do I put another national park here? I think it's actually not a bad idea to. So I'll go get some forests and lumber mills up around here. Got ourselves another national park over in Halifax. I wonder what these barbs will do. All right, they're being pretty aggressive. They're trying to take out my Crossy, but they've left their own field cannons vulnerable, and we now have flight, so that means we're getting a ton of extra tourism from every city. So up to 14 tourists. We got 14 out of 153. I'm feeling, man, this has been one of my most, this has been one of the most fun games I've played genuinely in months in Civ. It's just been a real treat to explore a new Civ. I can't wait to check out the other guys. Khmer are updated. There's a ton of them. Oh my god, did I forget to get printing? I've missed out on so much tourism here. So normally, how the math works out on a great work of writing, it takes roughly 100 turns for a great work of writing to get you 1 tourist from every civ in the game, right? Assuming you have no other modifiers. So if you get printing, that brings that down to 50 turns because it doubles tourism yields. Then if you go ahead and you pick up environmentalism, right? 25% tourism, as well as computers for another 25% tourism. That brings your great works of writing up to 6 tourism each, which I'm just going to do the exact math. I know I have it right in my head, but you ever doubt yourself? Yeah, it's 30, it takes exactly 33.3333 repeating turns to steal a tourist from every civ of the game for a single one, right? Or wait, no, is that in total? No, that's to steal 1 tourist. Yes, no, that's just to steal 1 tourist. So yeah, it takes a great work of writing 33 turns to steal 1 tourist. If you get modifiers like open borders, you can speed that up slightly. So great works of writing are good, but they're really only good long term. Things like if I look at, for example, let's take a look at this national park, right? I press 7 to go into the national park mode. I'm getting 23 tourism per turn. That means on average, this thing, because you take the number 200 and you divide it by the tourism generator, because it takes about 200 tourism per civ in the game to steal a tourist on average. So this is getting me, a tourist every 8.7 turns. And I still could boost that up, right? Because I could put a forest here, I could put a forest here. I could build the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower is going to be huge for me. So that's why when I look at something like an arena, I build an arena and I get that 1 tourism. That's cool. But the reality is, this is getting me 1 tourist every 200 turns. So it's not great. It's something, I'll give it that. It is something. It slightly speeds up how quickly I get my tourists. But nothing compares to just getting great works, national parks, all that jazz. And I really can't stress how insanely powerful these Mounties are for getting all these national parks. If I was being forced to faith purchase these, I would have maybe 2 national parks right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 national parks, 6 national parks, and I've spent 0 faith on them. It's actually kind of insane how good they are. All right, where's my next trade route going? I don't think I can cross that ocean. I could maybe give it a try from Edmonton. If I could trade from Edmonton to Kumasi, I may be able to go from Kumasi to Lisbon, depending on how far my coastal trade routes can go. All right, we are going to lose a couple of Mounties here, but that's fine. Once they place down their whatchamacallums, they've basically done their job. Once they place down their national park. So these are just good anti-barbarian fodder units now at this point. Pop down woods. Can't quite get that down. Yeah, I need another couple of forests in here. But we have flight. Now we could 2 tech. We could 4 tech to computers, but I think I'd rather 5 tech to steel. Purely because I really, really want that Eiffel Tower, and then I can head back up for computers to get that 25% tourism boost. Because the getting Eiffel Tower will actually be a massive game changer for me. Plug in military research for that extra 24 sides here, which is still pretty relevant. I don't think I need limes anymore. I think I've built all my Renaissance wall stuff. There's still 2 cities, right? There's still 2 cities working on it, so think I'll keep limes plugged in for now. Public works is always just important for a tourism game. Invention could maybe go get those frescoes earlier, but invention still feels really, really good. I'll definitely be changing around my government though once I hit democracy, which is only 5 or 6 turns away. So yeah, I'm praying that if I trade with Kumasi in 42 turns, I might be able to get a trade with Portugal, which could be worth an extra 100% tourism pressure against them in the late game, depending on which great merchants I pick up, which is something I need to be keeping a really good eye on. Especially, I want the great merchant after John Spilsbury for sure. Looks like a blizzard rolled through here and like improved a ton of these tiles, which is kind of neat. I think it's safe now to shoot with this crossbow on this guy. I also need to start thinking about how I get a trade route with Sumeria, and I think that's going to be by trading with Adwa. So if I trade with Adwa, I'll pick up a good amount of science, production, food, fate, all that stuff, and then I might be able to hit Sumeria with trade routes. And again, the reason why these trade routes are really important is because it gives you a 25% tourism bonus to the person you're trading with, and later on in the game, once you unlock social media, it gives you another 50%. So you can get a 75% tourism boost from just trading with someone in the late game. I could do a preserve in Winnipeg. Let me see. Let me have a quick think about that. I think I would rather get a bank or a museum here. Now, preserve is interesting though. You know what? I'm going to place the preserve because it does hit a few tiles that I could get really high yields on. But I think I prioritize the archaeological museum or the bank. And I feel like bank is the right move here. Purely because I want those great merchant points. They actually have a lot of value in this particular game. Great merchant points. Again, because some of those late game great merchants give you boosts to your tourism. Oh, lovely. We got the sanctuary in Charlottetown. I definitely need to get the... should I stop off for a Mountie here? It's only 4 turns. I'll stop off and get a Mountie here so I can plug in. That Mountie's going to get more expensive next turn. Where's my Mountie with a charge? Do we own all the correct tiles here? Right. I need to do a bit of swapping. So... get that Mountie down here and get this national park in so I can delete these pins and we can see the glorious yields on these tiles, dude. This is the one thing I feel like Civ 6 has done incredibly well, is made the process of like planning and building an empire super satisfying. Like making an incredibly high yield empire with insane tiles and really strong districts. It's a really, really satisfying process. I'll vote for myself twice to take the culture bomb thing, because that usually just goes to the player when they vote twice for themselves. I will pass the Nobel Prize in Literature because the cheaper rock band things, and I'm already generating a bunch of these, so I kind of want that to pass naturally. And I don't know who I should give grievances to. Like, who's the most hated player is like the real question. And you know what? At long last, where is it? The Global Relations panel will tell me. And it looks like Spain. Mali? It looks like it's Spain or Mali who's the most hated player in the game. Spain's got 2 wars. Mali's got like 5 wars. All right, let's target Mali. You take all those grievances. I know you're my ally, but listen. You know what? I was wrong in my UI mod video. I thought that mod had no use. It has a use. It can actually make some of the votes easier to do. Because look, pretty much everyone voted for Mansa Musa, because people will usually vote for the guy who's hated the most, right? I voted for Mansa Musa. Most people voted once. You voted for oh wow, actually, I'm quite surprised to find that a lot of people voted for Philip. Oh, I guess people don't want to vote for who they're at war with, but they want to vote for someone who is denounced by them. Maybe that's a modification. Well, the tool is useful, I just used it wrong. All right, I need to start thinking about these aid requests. Like, do I actually run because here's the thing. This is just insane though. I think I need to win these aid requests to block any diplomatic victory shenanigans that could go on. But I am going to call that there for this episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.